I got a seat so I don't need to sit on the floor anymore. Don't I look cute? Well, today I got my hair done, and I figured, because I finally got it done and finally got it dyed so it looks kind of like my extensions now, I'd show you how I cut and how I put in my extensions. So I just bought a fairly cheap 8-piece set of hair extensions. I've got 2 spare, so that's what I'm going to be cutting today. Here's, I've just got them, this is actually how I store them, I just kind of hang them up, fastened with a elastic band that came with them. These are the 6 that I've already cut. You can see they're kind of all layered, they need brushed a bit before I put them in. So I was wearing them earlier, but yeah, and just to show you, here's the ones I haven't cut yet. These are 22 inches, so if you can see the size difference, because I cut a fair bit off them. If you're getting hair extensions yourself, I'd advise you to get longer than you think you want, because you will have to cut it, and you don't want to end up with stuff that's too short. So I've got these, and if I just take this off, it's not coming off. There we go. The 2 I had left were both free clip extensions. This is the smaller set of free clips, and this is a longer set, so there's a longer space in the middle. So I'd advise, if you don't use all your extension pieces, which you probably won't if you've got kind of thin hair, keep them just in case you get ones that go bad, and you can use these and just recut them. So literally all you're going to need is a pair of scissors. It's not hard. Oh, and a brush. You're going to need a brush. So you're going to want to take your hair and your brush, and what I do is I just fold them over like so, and then I brush from the bottom up like this. It's just on the whole a little bit easier. Now you want to brush, but you don't want to like over brush, or you're just going to be left with a mess. You really want to just brush until it's kind of semi-smooth, like so, and just there. Now, what I do, and what I suggest you do, is take something like a dressing gown that's got a kind of fabric that these are going to grip onto a little bit, and just kind of attach it so that it stays a little bit. See? It just makes it easier when you're cutting. Just move that up a bit. It gives you a nice, kind of fairly flat surface. I'd advise when you're cutting your extensions for the first time to cut an inch or 2 off the end of all the pieces, because sometimes with cheaper extensions the ends can be a bit funny, and you might need to gradually over time just cut a tiny bit off just as time goes on, because the ends do get slightly more raggedy. I'm just going to take a matching piece off the ones that I've already cut. So that would be this piece. I've cut a fair bit off it. And I'm going to use this as a guideline for how to do the rest of it. So if I just pin this slightly over it, just so I can see roughly how long you want it. So this comes to about here. You're also going to want to put a bin or a plastic bag, in my case, just underneath, so you collect all the hair. You do not want hair all over your carpet. So I'm just going to get a little pair of scissors. You don't want a pair that's too big, and you don't want a pair that's too small either. And just cut off the ends, just kind of quite bluntly, like so. You don't need to be neat just now, this is purely just to get the wispy ends off. And there. So that's a bit better. You're going to be cutting more off anyway, so it doesn't matter all that much. Okay, so what you're going to want to do now, when you're styling it, or at least what I do, is I just take roughly one lock. This is a wavy wig, so it separates fairly easily into separate locks. If you've got straight extensions, it might be a little harder. So I'm going to take those. They're roughly the same amount. You can figure out how much you want off. I'm going to take about this much for now. Then take your scissors and cut like so. You go that way, and then that way. Show you. And then leaning upwards. There. Okay. Then you're just going to want to keep doing that. Just do another one to show you. Like that, and now just keep doing that until you reach the centre. Now you're just going to want to tidy up and take away any longer loose hairs that you might have missed. So just now, if you don't want two certain pieces to match, you don't need to do this part, but because I do, I've got, here's the bit I've just cut and here's the bit from last time. You can tell because it needs brushed a little more, but whatever. So they're kind of roughly similar. But what I'm going to do is close all the pegs first of all. Just kind of place them over the top of each other. And just check to see that they're roughly the same length. Now these aren't. Just checking, I can see the one that I've just been cutting there isn't quite short enough, so I'm just going to fix that right now. If it makes your life easier, you can use Kirby grips to hold these together while you do this. There, it just makes it a bit easier. Hit your scissors again, and just run your fingers through it. And you'll just find little bits that need done. If it helps, separate them into locks again. There. Now to finish off here, all we're going to do is just feather out the edges. I'm just going to do that by flattening it, making sure your bin or plastic bag is underneath. Just run your fingers like this and cut vertically, just a little. Like so. It just creates tiny little feathers, so it makes it look more natural. and it will make it blend in with your real hair just a little bit easier. So just do that to them all. Now, I've seen a lot of videos of people cutting their extensions while it's in their hair, and to be honest, I've never done that. I just find it's a lot safer and a lot easier to cut it when it's not on your hair first, and then if you need to cut tiny little bits, do it on your head. But don't cut the whole thing in your head, you can't see the back of your head, why would you do that? So just like that. So that's how I cut my hair extensions and make them look more like this and less like this. It's really just a really simple way of helping your extensions blend into your hair. Because let's face it, this does not look like most people's hair. And if you put something like this in, it's going to be like super noticeable. So cutting it is a really essential step. But it's super easy, as I've just shown you. So next time I'll show you how I put these in my hair. So until next time, bye bye.